Trump-Kim Summit, second meeting by end of February. U.S. President Donald Trump is to meet North Korean leader Kim Jong-un for a second summit by the end of February, the White House says. The announcement came after Mr. Trump met top North Korean negotiator Kim Jong-il at the White House. He had been expected to deliver a letter from Kim Jong-un to Mr. Trump. Little progress has been made on denuclearization since their historic summit in Singapore last June. No venue has been announced for the new summit. Speculation is mounting that it could be held. Kim Jong-il's visit to Washington is the first sign of movement in nuclear diplomacy with North Korea for months, BBC State Department correspondent Barbara Pletusher reports. Skip Twitter post by @White House President @Real Donald Trump looks forward to a second summit with Chairman Kim, which will take place near the end of February. Location will be announced at a later date. The White House, @White House, January 18, 2019. It is not clear what the reported letter from Kim Jong-un contained. But it was expected to lay the groundwork for another summit, our correspondent adds. President Trump said he was looking forward to the talks. His press secretary Sarah Sanders said after the White House meeting that progress in the talks on denuclearization continued, but added, the United States is going to continue to keep pressure and sanctions on North Korea. What has happened since the last summit? Not very much was agreed on in the Singapore summit, so there is little to measure success by. Media caption: Nukes, Trump Towers and Human Rights, what might peace look like between the U.S. and North Korea? Nuclear negotiations between Washington and Pyongyang have stalled. No detailed account of North Korea's nuclear facilities has been provided and sanctions are still firmly in place. Mr. Kim, however, has been busy boosting his global image. He's improved relations with neighboring South Korea, and both countries have destroyed guard posts along the heavily guarded demilitarized zone, and paid trips to each other's countries. Ties between North Korea and China also appear to have improved, with Mr. Kim making multiple trips to Beijing to meet President Xi. What was achieved at the Singapore summit? The summit was historic for the fact that it happened at all, but on paper, all it really achieved was a vaguely phrased agreement in which both countries agreed to work towards denuclearization. Media caption: Trump-Kim Summit, win-win, or a Kim win? It was never really made clear what denuclearization would entail. The agreement did not include any timeline, details or mechanisms to verify this process. If there's a second summit, many will be expecting something more concrete to come out of it. Both North Korea and the U.S. are unlikely to get away with calling another vague agreement a success. Where is North Korea's nuclear program currently at? North Korea hasn't conducted a missile test since the summit. It's also dismantled a nuclear testing site and a key missile engine facility. It did, however, test out a new high-tech tactical weapon last November, its first official report of a weapons test in a year. This, however, was not taken to represent a huge threat. Is North Korea sticking with its nukes? But it's still not clear how many nuclear facilities still exist in North Korea. A report after last year's summit identified the extent of North Korea's network of missile bases. Media caption: How is North Korea evading sanctions? However, this is not a breach of the Singapore Agreement, as North Korea has not made any commitment to halt any weapons development or shut down its missile bases. Will the new summit actually happen? It should. Both sides appear to want it to happen. The last summit was a roller coaster in itself. It was cancelled, and then restarted after a hand-delivered letter to Mr. Trump from Mr. Kim. It's not